Hello everyone, it's Sandra and welcome to today's video. Today we're talking March favorites, all the wonderful beauty products that stood out to me for the month of March. For the last year, almost 2 years, I've been on a very strict low buy, almost a no buy when it comes to foundation. I just wanted to use up stuff that I had. I just got to a point where I just had too many open foundations and I wanted to really focus on using up as much as I can. I've done a really good job at kind of narrowing my foundation, my complexion stash, and I'm getting it to a really good place where I find that it's really manageable and it's great. And I'm also really itching to try a new foundation. This is the time of year when a lot of brands tend to launch their complexion products, so there's a lot of temptation. And I haven't bought anything new yet. I might get something new in the Sephora sale. We will be talking about that at a later date in a different video. But yeah, whenever I'm trying to kind of curb the appetite of a new foundation, one of my go-to things is to just mix two foundations that I already own. And a lot of the times by mixing two foundations, I end up loving the combination even more than the two foundation products separately. A lot of the times it just kind of scratches that itch for something new, and I end up discovering a new go-to combination. So one of my go-to combination discoveries from this past month has been the Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation and the Chanel Water Fresh Touch. One pump of each just gives me a beautiful medium coverage base that lasts a long time because the Makeup Forever foundation is really long wearing on my skin, but it has a little bit of added glow, a little bit of added hydration and freshness from the Chanel product. And also the colors end up balancing each other out, because by itself, the Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation in the shade 1N14 is a little bit too yellow for me. And then the Chanel Water Fresh Touch in the shade B30 is more neutral, so it helps kind of neutralize the Makeup Forever foundation a little bit, and it ends up being a great color match for me, and it's been great. It wears beautifully and it still gives me a really nice, solid, medium coverage. I'm not telling you to go buy these two products separately just so you can use them together. I'm just telling you that if you have these two laying around and if you haven't tried combining them, try mixing them. Try doing a pump of each and see how you like the combination. I really enjoyed the result. Another base product combination worth mentioning is, it's not something that I've been mixing, I haven't been mixing these two together, but I've been using one on top of the other and I've been enjoying the effect. It's the Lisa Eldridge Seamless Skin Foundation on top of the Merit Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. And yeah, usually the Lisa Eldridge foundation can be really finicky for me. Sometimes if I'm not careful with skin prep, if I'm not exfoliating my skin properly, if the stars aren't aligned, this foundation can look really cakey on my skin. I did a video in which I kind of showed what I'm talking about. I did more of an in-depth review of it. I like this foundation, but it just doesn't consistently perform well on my skin. It's quite finicky, but the color match that I have in this foundation is one of the best color matches that I have. I have this in shade 9, which is a great, it's like a light neutral with a little bit of olive in it. It's really nice. It just doesn't always sit nicely on my skin. Sometimes it can just look really cakey in certain areas. If I use the Merit Glow Serum as a primer, it doesn't sit weird in those areas around my mouth anymore, and it just lays really beautifully on top of this. Just do 2 pumps of this foundation. I apply this with fingers, and yeah, I really like the result. The effect is it's like a light to medium coverage, and it wears beautifully all day long. The Jones Road bronzer in the shade Light Tan has been such a favorite. It's a matte bronzer. The texture is very silky. It's sheer but buildable. The tone of this is just perfect. It's the perfect balance, right? It's not too orangey. It's not too red. It's not too yellow. It does have a hint of rosiness in it, but It's just very, very well balanced, and it works well on my skin tone. It kind of naturally mimics the tan that I get from the sun, and I'm a big, big fan of this. For blush, I've been all over the place. I've loved and I've worn a lot of different blushes this month. I've kind of been into switching it up as much as possible, but the one constant, whether it's using this by itself or layering this on top of other blushes that I've worn this month, has been this Chantecaille Blush in the shade Joy. Here it is. It's this beautiful pink. It's such a happy, uplifting pink. Lately, I've just been in a pink blush phase, and whether it's just adding a touch of pink to whatever blush I'm using or just using this straight up by itself on my cheeks, I love this. I'm wearing this today with the Jones Road bronzer on my cheeks. It's pulling a little bit warm on my skin. Stuff always tends to pull warmer than it looks in the pan. The powder is very, very silky. It's easy to blend. It comes in this beautiful, tiny silver compact. It is also refillable. When I first received this blush in PR, it had a like a shimmery overlay on top. It had a horse's head embossed on the powder with a shimmery overlay. This particular color benefits the preservation of wild horses. Each color in this range pertains to a certain animal, and proceeds from the purchase of the product goes towards preservation of that particular animal. So this particular shade is for the preservation of wild horses. So there was a horse embossed on the powder with a shimmery overlay. So initially when I got this, I thought it would be a shimmery blush. So I didn't love the shimmer part of it, but after 2 uses, the shimmery overlay kind of wore through. The powder is so, so silky, and I've been just finding any excuse I can to get this on my cheeks. The next category I wanted to talk about is eyes. I don't have any eyeshadows that really stood out to me. I've just been kind of trying to spread the love and use a bunch of different things this month, but some things that stood out have been this eyeliner, and I've talked about this eyeliner so many times, but I just love it, and I use it. Honestly, I use this almost every single day. If I'm struggling from lack of sleep and I just want to add a little bit of fake brightness to my eyes, the Sweed pencil in the shade Bright has just been the perfect thing to add to my lower waterline to just brighten up my eyes a little bit. And I just had a good laugh because I was watching, I don't know, some TikTok video came in my feed, and it was, it was a younger girl, and she was talking about how outdated it is to put like a light color in your waterline. Like, it's such a retro eyeliner tip. Am I retro now? I use this every single day and I can't be without it. I feel like it makes such a difference. And the reason why this particular pencil, this particular color has such a grip on me is because it has the perfect tone. It's not a stark white. It's also not like a yellowy beige. It's also not too rosy, but it's got the perfect balance of like a little bit of peach, a little bit of rose, a little bit of yellow underneath the white. So I'm not sure if you can tell here. It still looks like the color my waterline would naturally look like if I wasn't sleep deprived, if I didn't have like bloodshot eyes. I don't care if the kids on TikTok say that this is outdated. You will be taking this out of my cold dead hands. Justice for the Bright waterline pencil. The next 2 things are kind of eyelash related, and I've been back into my eyelash serum again. This eyelash serum is so, so good. Thank you to Vanessa. She is Goals to Get Glowing on Instagram. She's the person that kind of got me onto this last year, and I used it, loved it. And then I recently got a new tube and started using it again, and I love this. It's such a great lash serum. It's effective. The price point is great. You get a lot of product, and it's a lot more affordable than other lash serums I've tried. It doesn't irritate my eyes, and it works. Highly recommend if you're looking for a good eyelash serum. I got this on Amazon, and it's great. And then in terms of mascara, the Maybelline Sky High Mascara. This has been my go-to everyday mascara. It does a great job at holding my curl, giving me like a decent amount of length and separation, and it's just like the lash effect that I'm overall drawn to on a regular basis. Lasts a really long time without smudging. I also don't have any issues removing this. I just use my eye makeup remover with it. If I'm really lazy, I will just do like warm water and a gel cleanser, and it kind of melts away. So yeah, this is great. It did take about 2 to 3 weeks for it to get good. When I first bought it, when the tube was fresh, it didn't hold my curl as well and it didn't give me as much separation, but as the formula dried, after about a couple weeks, it started getting really good. And this is a little lip prep combination that I've been doing every morning when I kind of get ready for the day. I start with a little bit of the Buxom Collagen Plump Shot. This is a lip plumping serum, so if you don't like the feeling, like that stinging sensation that you get from lip plumping products, then this will not be the product for you. It very much gives you that lip stinging effect, but it's still really moisturizing and it doesn't last. Like, it doesn't make my lips sting for an extended period of time. It's not as intense as something like the Too Faced lip injection. Increases the circulation a little bit and it just makes my lips look and feel more alive, and it also hydrates them a little bit. And then I add a little bit of the Ilia lip balm on top if my lips are really dry and I need some extra hydration, and then I go and do my makeup, and then by the time it's time to put my lipstick on, my lips just feel really nice and nourished and hydrated. This Ilia lip balm has been one of my favorite lip balms that I've discovered lately, especially for daytime. It has a nice glossy finish. It's a great lip balm to have in my bag. I'm definitely going to be getting another one of these in the Sephora sale. I have lip balms that I only like to use at night, and then I have lip balms that I like to use during the day, you know, to have in my purse or to have at my desk at work. And this is like a perfect daytime lip balm for me. It's the perfect amount of slip and moisture with a little bit of a gloss, and has a very soft, fresh, like spearmint, like a sweet minty scent, but it's not overwhelming, it's not gross, it's not super intense like menthol or anything like that. So I'm a big fan. The applicator is ceramic, so it has a nice cooling effect on the lips as well. So big fan of these in terms of hydrating lip prep. And then for my actual lip color, my go-to combination has been the Victoria Beckham 02 Lip Definer Pencil and the Lisa Eldridge Lip Gloss in the shade Affair. That's the lip combination that I'm wearing today. This lip gloss is actually in my project pan, so I'm just trying really hard to use it up before it expires, and it's a really nice color. It works really well with this lip liner, and this lip liner is... honestly, the more I use it, the more I love it. And this is going to be a very bold claim, but if I could only have one lip liner in this world, it would be this one because it's perfect. I love everything about it. It's the perfect mixture of brown and mauvey rose, and depending on how heavy-handed I am with it, like I can get a really, really intense defined lip look, or I can just get a really soft shading. It works with all my favorite everyday lip colors. It's like a holy grail lip liner for me. And then speaking of Victoria Beckham, I also really, really like the Victoria Beckham lip gloss. I'm dying to get more shades in it. I'm patiently waiting for them to do another sale. This is the only shade I have. It's in the shade Picante. And while initially I didn't love this shade, it disappointed me because I was expecting it to not be as pale and milky. I did find a way to use it, and now I really, really like it. So the trick for me to use this color is not to apply this all over and to always use it as like part of a lip combination. So like right now I have the Victoria Beckham lip liner on, and then I have the Lisa Eldridge Affair gloss. And then I take the Victoria Beckham Picante and I just put it in the center. It's the perfect dimensional lip. You know, if you like that nude highlighted lip look, this gloss will get you there because it's like a milky, peach kind of color. So by itself, it's just too pale. It's too milky for me to use it by itself, but paired with any brownish lip combos and just a little bit at the center, it is such a good gloss. The actual formula is amazing. It feels really plush on the lips. It doesn't smell like anything. It doesn't taste like anything. And it does kind of smooth over the lip lines. It's such a great lip gloss formula. I'm such a big fan of this. And I'm really happy that I found a way to use this color, because initially, like I said, I was kind of disappointed. I was like, oh my God, did I make a mistake? I'm not gonna be able to use this because it's so pale. But no, I'm able to use it, and I actually really love it. I'm almost out of it, and I probably would buy this again. It kind of reminds me of NARS Turkish Delight, but it's a little bit more peachy. It's like that one was a bit more of like a milky pink. This is more of like a milky peach, and it's not quite as milky, and the formula is nicer, but you know what I'm talking about. As part of a lip combination to give that like highlighted look in the center of the lips, it's been looking really, really nice, and it just feels so glamorous. I feel so glamorous every time I put this on, and the formula itself is fantastic. I'm dying to explore more shades, and I also hope that they expand the range and give us more shades. Such a great product. I also have this hair care product that I really wanted to shout out again. I talked about this more at length in my last Empties and New Products video, but I thought I would also mention it in this video just to give it another shout out. The Crown Affair Finishing Gel. This has been such a great product for me to incorporate in my, obviously I'm not wearing it today. On days in which I want a sleek bun, a sleek ponytail, this has been so great for just taming away the frizz, taming away any flyaways. I love the fact that it gives me that sleek bun, that sleek ponytail look without making my hair feel crunchy at all. It smells really good, and it just feels really silky and hydrating in my hair. These two have been my most worn fragrances this month, and florals for spring, very groundbreaking, right? The first is, they're actually quite similar. The first is Rose Milano from Armani, and then the other one is Lancome Idole. They're similar. If you like one, you will like the other. They're both lightweight, fruity florals with a little citrus twist. They're not too cloying, and they're work appropriate, and they just make me happy. They're not like the most heavy hitting, long wearing fragrances in the world, but they are just the perfect uplifting spring floral fragrances. Rose Milano is a little bit more citrusy. It features top notes of pear, lemon, bergamot, and then the middle notes are rose with a little bit of jasmine, but the jasmine is very, very light. And then the base is moss and patchouli. So it's not too earthy, it's just like slightly green. I think I talked about both of these last year when I did a standalone spring fragrances video. Not much has changed since I've done that video, so I will link to the video. This also has a citrus opening, and then it has rose and jasmine in the middle. Again, a beautiful dance of rose and jasmine. But the base of this fragrance is a little bit, it's a little bit creamier, a little bit sweeter. It has white musk and vanilla at the base. I really, really love the way that this lasts and sits on the skin. It warms up a little bit more. So they're both lightweight fragrances, but this one is more lightweight than this. I think because this is more citrusy, this is like more sparkling, and this is a bit more, has like a little bit more depth to it. They have different versions of this now. I've never smelled any of the flankers. I only ever had the original. The bottle is refillable too, which is cool. And did you know that this is the world's thinnest fragrance bottle? I did not know that until just now. I looked it up on Sephora, and it says here, Idole is the world's thinnest fragrance bottle. The luxe perfume is encapsulated in a dynamic horizontal silhouette that lays flat on your vanity for a touch of modern elegance. So this perfume, obviously because it's so thin, the bottle can't sit up straight by itself. It's meant to lay flat on your nightstand, like your cell phone or something. The fragrance ambassador is Zendaya. And yeah, they call it sophisticated yet unapologetically modern. And I'd have to agree. It's a really great fragrance. It's a great fragrance for every day, year round. It's like signature scent material if you like florals. It's really pretty, and it's especially pretty for spring. And that's it for March favorites. Those are all the things that I have loved this month. I hope you had a great month, and I'm excited to see what April has to offer in terms of beauty content. I'm sure there will be a lot of new launches as well. There's always a lot of new stuff that tends to come out before the Sephora sale, and it's quite a busy time in the time of beauty launches. How are you feeling about the Sephora sale this year? What is your excitement level On a scale of 1 to 10, let me know. There is some stuff that I'm curious about, and I will be doing a video all about that coming soon. But yeah, thank you as always. Thank you for watching. I'll be chatting with you in the comments below. I hope you're having a beautiful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.